Hey, me again. Hi, Diane here. How's everyone doing? And we're gonna get the date right. It is the 21st of February, 2022. It's the evening of, and big news, sort of. I mean, they're doing the vote on the Emergency Act in Parliament tonight. Crossing my fingers and toes that it gets kiboshed, gone, bye bye. It's yeah, depressing. We had one hell of a weekend. They This Emergency Act is, wow, just never in my lifetime. But then never in my lifetime with this convoy. This was like, wow, it blew my mind right up. It was just absolutely amazing. I don't know. I mean, I've never seen so many people. Excuse me. I like, wow. I don't know. I mean, it was an amazing thing to see all those people, and there wasn't anybody angry, nobody getting hurt. It was really really nice, and it was breathtaking and surreal and inspiring. You know, I mean, I have spent, wow, the last 3 weeks or no more, because this started when they left BC, the convoy, and both my son and I, we've been watching it, following it, that kind of cool stuff. And I have seen all over social media, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, different videos, TikTok, that kind of thing. And like just tons and tons and tons of coverage. Now, you think that, let me see, we've got tons of people, especially right now, 2022. Hello. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody can video. Everybody can talk. They're showing, even if they don't show their faces. I'm not all that comfortable seeing my face here either. Like, I'm looking at the screen going, I don't know, but hey, I'm here. Anyway, but you think that, the government would be smart enough to see that they can't just hide the truth, but it still happens. It's still out there. And like it blows my mind, especially from a woman of my era, where, back when I was young, I mean, what we had the radio, we had mainstream media. I'm sure they lied back then, but I mean, it wasn't even half as bad. I mean, back then, I mean, you had the, you actually had journalists that cared about journalism. There was a lot, I'm pretty sure, that didn't, but, like, hey, it was, it was out there. But now, like, no excuse, but they still do it. Like, I mean, and I see it every day. I might not have, like, cable or that kind of thing, but I have internet. I get to see the news. It gets posted bits and pieces on YouTube, and that kind of thing. And it blows my mind at how fake this crap is. Like, blatant lies. Excuse me. And it is. I don't get it. Like, can somebody tell me, like, why? I mean, oh, what? They're gonna make the excuse, or probably tell me that, it's a control tactic. It's like, they want to control the thoughts and minds of people. Well, hello, we've got social media. I know they're trying to control and stop that kind of stuff, but I don't think it's going to go over too well. I mean, as a society, and we're supposed to be a free country, free thinking, much as, our wonderful prime minister doesn't seem to want that. And yeah, I heard something tonight that was like that he has been wanting this for a very long time. And I'm like, I can believe it. I mean, he's never been able to answer questions straight. I mean, his demeanor, you could see it. It's just absolutely horrible. But anyway, I digress because I can go on and on. I can spend hours. Like, I mean, and my thoughts are all so jumbled, anyways, because this whole thing has just blown me away. Just to give you a little history, I mean, not a history, but a little bit about me. I mean, well, I'm a retired military veteran. I'm a bit of a broken soldier, but yeah, I try not to let it define me. And this COVID hit, and yeah, this put me through me right off the deep end. I mean, it was took another 2 steps back, and it's been a battle, all around, even in my house with family. But we're alive, we're safe, we're healthy for the most part, and I want to keep my freedom. I want to have the choice to make that decision, not to be afraid of, oh my, I see something that I agree with, or that somebody might need some help. I could donate money and not have the fear of, oh my gosh, if I do this, they're gonna lock up my account, not let me have my money. Like, we should have that choice, to contribute if we want. Not like contribute. I mean, they could like to tell you that, well, you're contributing to terrorists and violent behavior. Well, nowhere, not once. Here in Ottawa, okay? Ottawa. We're not talking about anywhere else. We're talking about Ottawa. These guys, this group, he came here, they set up, they were feeding the poor, they were, helping the elderly, helping the indigenous people. It, they were even they were giving coffee and food to the officers that were on the ground in downtown Ottawa. You know, showing that they are peaceful people. Yes, they want the government. They're upset. They want the government to talk to them. That's all. That's all. It was like Justin Trudeau. Let's put talks on the table and get this started so everybody can go home, get back to their lives, and carry on. So their kids can, feel good about going to school and playing sports and even with their children get to see their great grandparents and their grandparents that are in homes they haven't had the chance and been able to see in over 2 years. In 2 years now, it's a scary thing. It's a horrible thing. Yeah, now we'll just gotta live with it. I'm not anti-vax. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I knew now what I did when I made the decision to get to get the vaccine, I probably wouldn't have done it. It wasn't worth my time. I mean, I've had a hard time anyways, but I mean, the only reason why I did it was so I could go use the pool. I have a back injury. Getting in the water, doing some aquafit, it's great for me. And I could try to be a little social. I'm not all that comfortable sometimes, but I do it. I force myself. It's like the rest of us. We try to do the best that we can, functioning and, be able to live. But the side effects, like, wow. I mean, like, it's just an untested. The science doesn't work, and they keep telling, no, they got the boosters. Was it 1, 2, 3? I have no idea. I haven't kept up with it. And I drew the line in the sand saying, by the way, all right, you got me jabbed twice. I'm not going back for another one. There's no point because it doesn't guarantee me that I'm not going to get it. And it doesn't guarantee that I won't die or I won't be hospitalized, because it has been proven that there have been some people that have been hurt and gotten very, very sick, and I feel for all those people. The whole point, though, I mean, again, digressing. Bad. See, I ramble. I'm not that great with keeping my thoughts in check. Um, but yeah, tonight they're voting on the Emergency Act, wonderful war act that, like, oh my sweet lord, like, really? I was watching a video earlier. It was another YouTuber, and they're, trying to keep up with this, because of what's going on in Congress right now at the Parliament. Not Congress, Parliament. And they were talking about, like, how that a year ago with the BLM riots, like Montreal, like, I mean, I didn't follow that. I mean, probably wasn't in a good place mentally or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. But they were showing videos of it and comparing it to what has happened to now with this Freedom Convoy. And wow, it's like day and night. I mean, there were riots that was, they were throwing stuff at police and breaking and pushing over phone booths, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And evidently, like something about beating, they were beating people, and that's just people, like the protesters. And not once did our wonderful Prime Minister, invoked an emergency act. If there was a time for that, not saying that it would have been appropriate even back then, over like last year, that would have been it. Because no, not once. Like in Ottawa, not once. I mean, you're going to get extremists, and they come and they attach themselves to these protests, and it happens, and the government knows this. Yeah, oh my gosh, man. I mean, they've been doing that kind of thing forever. In fact, actually, just even with our own protests, the government, it was like throwing in little moles, trying to incite violence and just incite, you know, bad things. And, truckers are pretty good at seeing them, and then they get remove them and say, hey, you're not welcome here. This is not what we're here. This is not what we're about. And big kudos to them. That's what I always thought. But yeah, they were helping people, and like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the government stopped and told most of the businesses they recommended that they shut down and because you got all these people and yada yada yada. Well, yeah, well, that's just, people listened. But there was like a couple that didn't. Like, there's a cafe, I believe on Slater, and he was on the verge of shutting down, going bankrupt, and they saved him. They were coming in every day, getting food, getting coffee. They were always kind to him. They kept him going. They saved his business. And then I believe there's a Tim Hortons that I heard of, and they were, pulling in, providing, money to this business, because, hey, it's Tim Hortons. You gotta have your Timmy's coffee. Even I love it every once in a while. I don't drink it as often as I used to since I retired, but yeah. But yeah, they'd go in there and they were saying, like, the manager or owner or whatever, he was like had said that they swept up the store in Timmy's, and cleaned the bathrooms, made sure everything was good. It's the same thing even out in the streets. I mean, federal the liberal government, saying that they're, extremists and lowlife and minority fringe. And here they are. These are guys that, they were all down there. They had a wonderful, the logistics setup was amazing. They took care of each other and then some. And they were picking up the garbage all along Wellington, everywhere they were, bagging it. They had a system. They had them in carts, pulling it and putting it aside where the garbage trucks come pick up the garbage. And with the snow, they were shoveling the snow every single day. The war memorial, cleaning off the tomb of the unknown soldier, making sure everything was clean, making sure that everything was good. I mean, you're gonna get extremes. Like, I mean, oh gosh, talking about the war memorial, about there was somebody who was dancing on it, and that was well, that's a no. But that was a part of that person was like they came in. It wasn't part of the group. It wasn't part of them. I mean, it's like holy crap, man. Let's see, with the Terry Fox and that wonderful person with the swastika. I don't like the swastika, but it was misread, misinterpreted. That guy probably should have had a sign with it or something, or at least something, because he was stating afterwards that it wasn't about liking to be a Nazi. It was basically he was trying to show people and say, if we don't make that stand now for freedom and our civil liberties and everything, this is what will become. From them, Nazis, the communist stuff. It was horrible. But he didn't have another sign. So, there's like people always assumed, and then of course, he should have. So it goes both ways, right? In every type of movement, so to speak, there's like protest movement, there's bound to be extremists that are gonna try to attach themselves and like make a big thing. Like, good example, kinda, not really. I don't know how you put it. I mean, this weekend, because of this wonderful emergency act, all the trucks are gone, and they had to move them all out, the whole 9 yards. So it's all clear. But there's still some people that were showing up at downtown in different areas. They're kind of outside of it, like they've moved different places. And there were some people, of course, YouTubers, doing their thing. They're not giving up. But at the same time, I think, and I was watching these videos, or at least trying to see some of them, and I noticed a big difference. It's not the same, without the truckers here. It really isn't. And of course, you got like, the partiers, and I don't want to go into detail. I don't know if anybody else noticed it had changed a little with how things are. But yeah. Oh, of course it's changed. The truckers aren't here. But I don't know if, without me having to literally say, because I know I'll offend people and I don't want to. But at the same time, I mean, I noticed that difference with the videos. And it's Tuesday though, which is tomorrow. I'm hoping, I'm hoping for all kinds of good news. I'm hoping the Emergency Act gets thrown completely out, and maybe pushed toward an election this year that I want to get. Would be nice. I mean, I just, he's got to go, man. I don't know. And I want to find out if Pat King, Tamara Lynch. Ooh, I probably said her last name wrong. I'm so sorry. I don't have anything written in front of me, so it's I'm just kind of going by this from my head. Oh, and George Billings, I believe his last name is. I think they're all in custody, and had to wait till tomorrow, I guess, to find out what's going to happen. Hopefully they'll be let out. I think they will. I mean, it's just, this is a political mess. and social mess and the whole 9 yards. I mean, you got tons of people talking about this. Wow. Not as many because our government is stopping a lot of this, and I know it, they are. And I'm not sure if mine will get out there, but why not? Maybe, hopefully. I probably suck, but you know what? This is me. And I just, I've just been blown away by the changes. Like, I think I said to my son today, I said, like, in some ways, I just want to sell everything, the house, everything, and take off somewhere else, to an island somewhere. I don't care. Like, get away. Like, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed at what's happening, and I don't want to live in a world where there's so much control. Like, why? We live in a free society. We're supposed to be. You know, I shouldn't be afraid of what I say and what I do. No, I don't think that's right. And I wouldn't want anyone to live with that. I mean, yes, we need to get back to our lives. We need all these mandates gone. We need to feel safe. We need to see, like, I would like to see the prices going back down. I mean, it's retardedly stupid expensive out there. Amazed, I don't know how anybody is making it. I mean, these people on social assistance, there's lots. How are they living? Like, I mean, and God forbid if they have a vehicle, because like the price of gas, like how can you afford that if you have a family? Like how? There's not work out there. You don't see, the rich talking about this, or the upper class. They have this thing in their head that they don't see these things. Well, they should, because it makes up a society. Everybody is important. You're going to get people that are going to take advantage. You're going to get people that are haters. It's just the fact of life, You got to take the good with the bad. But it's what you give back to life, and what your society and your community that matters. And I don't know, I'm rambling. I'm really rambling. I don't know if I'm going to get this posted, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll take a break. I'm going to probably watch a little bit and do an update and see. And we'll see what happens. Oh, anyway. Oh, yes. Another thing, there's a veteran that has started his long journey of a walk across Canada. And hopefully people give a big shout out to him. And if I have the name, I can't think of his name, but anyway, what I liked is the old man, Warren, that did the walk. Was it the other year? Last year? A year ago? Yeah, it was a year ago, or something like that. Anyway, and he came across with I think he had a broken leg or something. I mean, he had issues. Poor thing. He shouldn't have done it, but he did it, and I gave him a lot of kudos. That man did a lot, and he went the distance and made it. Well, he went down, I guess, to help see he had found out about this veteran that's going to do this walk, and he was heading down to see him off and wish him well. And that's a good thing. We all need to support and give a shout out to everybody that has worked so hard to try to make this happen. The whole world has been literally watching and doing. Like, it's just, it's amazing, and it's a beautiful thing when the whole world can come together. Like, come together. Like, oh my sweet Mary. Like, Why can't Justin Trudeau see this? This man. Anyway, Wusa, happy thus. And let's see if we can make a better world. Really, we need it. Everybody needs it. It's been hard on everyone. And you know what? I want everyone to feel safe, be happy, hug your kids, your dogs, your pets, period, children, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, oh my, anyone that's close to you. Because you know something, we all need a hug, and we all need to be happy. Well, have a good night, guys. Bye.